So, hey guys, Chauzu here. So I thought I'd talk a bit about Power Rumble. I try to make one video per week about PvP. But today I thought I'd talk a bit about my feelings about PvP. Because for a long time I've actively disliked this mode. And I think disliked might put it lightly. It feels like it took up a lot of my time. And the only reason I did it, as I've said many times, is for the Gather Islands, which I actually really enjoy. Good design, even if we need new ones, as I've talked about. But my opinion has shifted a bit. And it's down for a few reasons. The first reason, I've got more knowledgeable. I think some people watching this will think that I'm actually good at PvP, which I'd dispute personally. Like, sure, compared to the average Joe, I'm probably more knowledgeable. But compared to the most knowledgeable people about Power Rumble, I'm definitely not close to that. I've said this many times, but the way I learn PvP is that I learn by doing. And by doing, I connect the dots between, okay, this unit has these abilities, this special, it works this well in this setup. And yeah, I just kept doing that for years now, and finally a lot of things are starting to click. But the main point of this video that I like to bring up is that there's actual team building in PvP now. As many of you know, what I enjoy most about One Piece Treasure Cruise is the team building aspect, but it just hasn't really been a thing in PvP before. As an example, let's look at a meta team from before. Like, by the time Odin released, this was basically the team. Maybe I misremember something, but basically, if you weren't running something like this, you weren't running the right team. It was not like, oh, but I can run this replacement, I can take this strategy. No, like this was the team. Obviously later we got like the Straw Hat Legend that could replace NL, stuff like that. But this was basically what people ran, and then whatever Power Rumble recruits they had as subs. And yeah, it just beat most in teams for a while, and a lot of other stuff as well. But nowadays, PvP has gotten a lot more options, and you can actually come up with some stuff. I'll give 3 of my own examples and 1 example that I stole from someone. But yeah. Okay, I'm sure you guys recognize this. This is the Chauzu Quick team. It's not like this is a big revelation or anything, but like it was just like common knowledge for a long time that Kikun ISO was the best quick legend for PvP and should be on every team. And I guess I agree with that, but I think this is a lot better than starting with Kikun ISO. They are such a great sub. And by putting this lineup, you have 5 driven leads and you have great bulk. My issue before we got the quick Fuji was that often you could get unlucky RNG, which led to deaths. But as we see with Fuji here, if I can press him, his ability, yeah, he gives death up level 6 in his ability. And his special gives additional death up. So that's just basically more guaranteed death and more extra death when you get to use his special. And that made a big difference. I still think this is the quick offense to run. Might be some variations. I know some people like Shiki. I personally think Shiki is more of a defense unit. I also see some run Orochi. I don't think Orochi is worth it personally. But it's just fun that you can come up with different variations that actually works. And yeah, this was basically the team that made me realize that I don't have to just copy. I can do my own stuff, which I've always tried. It's just that when I try to do my own stuff in PvP, it usually fails. Another successful example is, of course, my strength PvP team. I talked about this last week. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description, but I give a rundown of this team and show it to you. But yeah, I think this team is great, just like some levels on Kuma and stuff. But yeah, this is basically down to strength, getting so many usable units, and like Bullet getting this level limit breaks buff and such. But yeah, suddenly you could actually build a strength team that could beat decks. Not all decks variations, but a lot of them. And it just felt good because when I made this team, it was not like there was common knowledge of a go-to strength team. And I'm sure there are other strength teams you can use. I know some people like Legend X Drake. They'd use him over Bullet. Legend X Drake is actually pretty good since he does some CT up and some HP up. But my main issue with him is that a lot of the time he doesn't do much, and if you don't get good bind RNG with him, he's often useless, while Bullet is pretty consistently useful in my experience. We're going to talk about this team in a bit. We'll finish just with this one. The Slasher team, this is not the one I usually run. This is a tech team I made for last season, because when I use slashers, it's usually because I want to abuse Roger and Whitebeard and just tear through defenses on bulky teams. And the best bulky team last season was definitely Shooter. Quite amazing team to build. And basically, what really annoyed me with the Shooter team was when they run Usopp and Yasop. Because if they go before Roger and Whitebeard, you basically insta-lose because they get half stats and won't kill anymore, stuff like that. So basically I just put both Kizaru and Cracker here, lowered my defenses, but upped my CT. And this basically made it near guaranteed that Roger Whitebeard goes before. And most Shooter teams have no offense really. So the less defenses really mattered. Finally, another cool tech team that people made. I got tipped about this from the Pirate Alliance Discord. Basically a Dex team with very high HP, and it also has the Donjin Yao. This team is used against very annoying HP cut teams. I'm sure you're aware. We're talking Ritu Kusan and the gang. Like, it has a lot of quick units. Super annoying. Like, the only goal of the team is to HP cut you, so you die basically. But this team handles that quite well. It has a lot of HP buffs. Jin Yao slows that team down. Blackbeard does a ton of damage since the opposing team is mostly quick. And yeah, Pell also helps with HP, speeds up Don Jin Yao. And then when something dies, you get in Doffy and he will usually clean up. Very cool team, and I really hated facing that HP cut team on offense. But yeah, these are some examples of that you can actually build stuff now, and you can take advantage of the season rules as well. Like, some stuff are better sometimes, so you can change around but depending on those buffs. So yeah, I'm not going to say I love PvP, but it's more bearable now. But I must be honest, right now I'm pretty burned out from PvP. They really need to do something about Grand Party into PvP finals. That's just bad. They need to try and spread it out. Like, just do Grand Party right after Kisuna basically, and you can have a week break before the PvP finals. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.